So let's briefly talk about strings. The string data type is used to store a sequence of characters. String values must be surrounded by double quotes. And here's an example: string, and the name of our variable is greeting, which will set to hello world in double quotes. And if we can print this with printing the variable. And a string in Java is actually a non-primitive data type because it refers to an object. And we'll cover this more in depth in a later chapter. So this will be a very brief overview. So next, literals. So literals refer to fixed values or constants. Examples: characters, integers, decimal values, Boolean values, or a string. The only Boolean literals are true and false, and floating point literals include a decimal point and or an exponent. So special characters, because strings must be written within quotes, Java will misunderstand this string and generate an error. So we try to create this. We are the so-called Vikings from the north, where what our intention is to put Vikings in a quotation, but Java will misunderstand it. It will assume that we're finishing the string, and then it will error here. So the solution to avoid this problem is to use the backslash as the escape character. The backslash escape character turns special characters into string characters. And then here's an example. So to print an actual single quote, you should start it with backslash single quote, which will print this. And to print a double quote, you need to say backslash and followed by a double quote, which will print this. And to print an actual backslash, you have to say backslash and backslash. We'll print one backslash. And also to print a new line is also a special character. So you could say backslash n will create a new line. So with this, the correct version of our above string could look like this. We are the so-called Vikings, and quotations are followed by, or the quotations are right after a backslash from the north. So let's see this in an example. Create a Java file so we can test escape characters. So I'm going to save this as str demo, and then I'm going to say class str demo and here I'm going to create this very quickly. So again, if you try to compile this, you're going to get an error which will say there something is going on here. So again, to correctly print the double quotes that we want, we have two options. We can delete this and this, and this should work. However, we didn't print it, so let's print this. So print text. So we are the so-called Vikings from the north. However, again, if I want to print Vikings in quotes, so I have to say backslash double quote and backslash double quote. Okay, so make sure this is one of them. Right, so it's time to try this again. So we are the so-called Vikings from the north. So let's also, if you want this to be a single quote, you can have single quote right after the backslash. So if you want to try this as well, single quotes, make sure to delete one of them. Here we go. So, and finally, I also want to test the backslash n as a, so I can say first line and space second line. So if I want to print those two in two separate lines, I have two options. I can create two println statements, for one for the first line and one for the second one, but I can also separate them by backslash n. And then let's see what happens. So first line and second line. So backslash n is a special character that will literally hit enter when it says this. There's one more thing that is important we can see. Let's do this one. A, B, C. There is also backslash T, which will create a tab, backslash T. So let's see this one as well. So A, tab, B, tab, C. And that's how we can use the escape characters.